Well, how do there, chums? 'Tis I, Captain of the Steez, and today, chums, for you guys in the viewerverse, I have a sponsored video by Hello Games for all of you. Yes, Hello Games have given me a sponsor to make a little video. So I figured, what could I do to help you in the viewerverse and also Hello Games? Well, what I figured is, because we've had so many updates over the years and there's so much for new players. I mean, here you go, look, there's Rasa ships, these little guys sitting behind me. Now, a lot of people often say to me, Captain Steve, why do you call these Rasas? Well, when the game first launched, these were not called the Radiant Pillar. You had a small ship called a Rasa, and it had some numbers after it. I forget the exact numbers. What the fudge? How are you doing that? How's he doing that with his hand? Okay, well, that was just freaking weird. It was like he was trying to shake my hand. But anyway, back to the ships. The ships have changed names. These are now the Radiant Pillar. So yeah, it'd be nice if you could scan the ships and see what players have actually named them. Yes, I can see who owns it per chef's ship, but it'd be nice if it actually said the name of the ship. Hello Games, if you're watching, there's a little idea for you. Maybe update that, because I've named my ships some pretty cool names. Well, in some cases I have, in other cases I haven't bothered, mainly because I know nobody else sees it, so I've just left it as the default. But this is my main ship. But yeah, so I figured I'll do a video that shows things that will help new players. And one of those things was just explaining the difference between Rasa ship and Radiant Pillar. Right, so firstly, you see this kiosk here. You can get Quicksilver items from this actual kiosk. But you see this bar above the kiosk? Not many people realise, but it's actually locked to the tiers. So if there's 4 things, it would have 4 brackets in here. At the moment, there's only 3. There's 3 tiers, and you can see there that one of them is completed, and the other one is about, I'm going to say, 51 or 52% completed on tier 2, and we haven't started tier 3. If you go talk to this chap over here, I call him Johnny 5, his real name is Quicksilver Synthesis Companion, which is a right mouthful. But you can see there, look, 53%. I was almost right. You've got the same bar here. So rather than have to go in and see if you can buy it, there's a visual representation right above the freaking kiosk. And you can see that as you're flying in. So you can just fly straight back out again if the thing that you want is not available. So this video is going to be stuff like that. Little mini things that have changed that new players need to be aware of. In fact, that bar above that kiosk has been like that for freaking eons. It's not exactly new, but it's not exactly well known. So there might even be some tips here for long-standing players as well. Stay tuned, more tips to come. Important announcement time, people. So Hello Games, sponsors of this video, have asked me to do a call to action. Inside the video description, you're going to find a gnarly link. Please go and hit on up that link. It's a link that Hello Games has supplied me to say, go clickate it. I don't even know what it does at this stage because I haven't been told the brief, but it's a special link. Go click it. Heck yeah. Click it. Until next time. This is just an interjection. This is a special announcement. Back to the video. Heck yeah. Okay, chums, when you're landed inside of your freighter, because you get your own capital ships inside of this game. Yes, I had a look at my capital ship. I've called it the No Man's Sky Red Dwarf, because I love the TV show Red Dwarf over here in the UK. Well, anyway, the tip here is usually you'd go up these staircases through the doors and make your way up. Turn around. Turn around. There's a teleporter right behind you. Heck yes, there is. Zoom, and you're there. Instant translocation. Right, over here on the fleet management console, squirreled away is Manage Starship Archive. Yeah, you can have more ships than what you've got on your person. Look, I've got the Starborn Phoenix in there, the Utopia Speeder, and also I've got a hauler squirreled away because I've run out of ship slots. But if I want, I can take that out of there, restore ship. And there it is. I've now got it. Yeah, the Starborn Runner. But I can stick it back into storage, just like so. Chickaboom. There we go. Oh, actually, I want to take out the Starborn Runner and put the Phoenix in there. There you go. So you can actually store ships. You don't have to have your full repertoire. You know what? I very rarely use the Wraith either, so I'm I'm going to archive that as well. Yeah, you do lose your cargo when you store it over, but no, it is what it is. But yeah, you can archive ships now. Also available from here, you can manage your fleet of all of your frigates, and you can dismiss them, or you can bring in new ones. So if there are any gifted, really cool, like the pirate battleship that I've got out there or whatever, or the pirate ghost ship one, you might have to dismiss a ship from here. And all you do is you click it, and then you hit dismiss down there to get rid of it if you want to dismiss one to make a free space. So you can manage your fleet there as well. There is also the ability to manage your squadron. Now, I did have 4 ships. You can have 4 ships. I found that when I had all 4 out there, it just cluttered my view, so I dismissed 2 from there. And again, you can just use R3 to dismiss them in here. Every menu differs. Every menu is procedural. Right, something else you can do. Not only can you archive your ships, but you can actually archive off multi-tools. So in the back of your freighter, you have got all this lovely area here. Well, I've put a multi-tool rack here, and you see it's got an interaction button. You can go into here and you can actually store multi-tools. So I've got one that's stored in there right now, but I could go and store one of these A-class ones. I'm not a massive fan of these anyway, in truth be had it. So there you go. I just stored a multi-tool, and then I could always take one out if I wanted, or store that, you know. Easy peasy. There you go, I've got an extra slot now. Lovely. And I've also put a save point right by my doors. There's also this gnarly bit of technology you can use. This one here, you need to get the blueprint for it. I'll show you where to get the blueprint in a moment. But that scans the whole system. So it tells you what planets are out there as soon as you arrive in a new system. It's a great way of seeing what's on a planet before you go there. And say if I wanted to go to that planet, if I click it and then click it again, you can actually add a custom waypoint to it. And you'll be able to see that when you fly out into space. Pretty darn freaking awesome. Heck yes, you can also do that from the Discoveries page. So if you go to Discoveries and say if I wanted to go to this planet instead, I can just move it to there. So you don't have to use this menu. You can use it at any time, even when you're out there in your ship. Freaking great. Okay, the blueprint for that piece of technology you're going to find under here. So you go into here and base parts and upgrades. Yeah, into there. And that piece of technology, you have to press R1 to get it to come up. And it's a piece of technology found inside of here. And I think it is this one. Scanner room. There we are. Planetary probe. Silver and gold you get from shooting asteroids, and ion batteries. You should learn how to make those during your tutorial steps. Something you need for hazard protection top up. So very easy once you get the blueprint. Now to get these blueprints you are going to need salvaged frigate modules. You used to get salvaged frigate modules very easily by just attacking freighters and blowing them up and destroying all their storage containers. You still get the odd one that way, but there's far better ways of getting them now. Sometimes running pirate missions will reward you with them. There's other ways and means to get them as well. Anyway, so there we go. There's some tips for freighters and capital ships. They're my best tips for capital ships and freighters, to be honest. There's not much else I feel I need to divulge at this stage. So when you are out in the confines of space, you can see that marker that you've set. There it is right there. So you can go straight to the marked planet that you chose from the Discoverers screen. Brilliant. Oh, there we go. There it is right there. Very cool. Anyways, something else to note is there's new systems inside of space. Now to get to these new systems inside of space, you are going to need the Atlantid drive. The Atlantid drive, you're not going to get that until quite late into game. You need to have found the Echo camps and made contact with the autophage. There's a couple of prerequisites before you're going to get the blueprint for the Atlantid drive, and I've got videos on exactly how to get to purple systems. If I can dig it out, I'll put it up there because it is rather lengthy. But once you have got this piece of technology, there are new systems appearing inside the galactic map. Before you've got the purple drive, you will not see these purple stars frequent in space. Well, there you go, there's a lovely one there. It's just outside the 905. But there's also gas giants. And you see this one's got a giant hologram. When you look at these holograms, they actually mean what you're going to see. So in this case, I know that it's going to be a gas giant with 4 moons, maybe? If I'm counting that right. Let's go and have a look-see. Oh, I've encountered a pirate fleet attacking some freighters. So yeah, combat is still pretty much the same inside the game. I'm just going to fly inside the station. You can choose to ignore it if you've done them before. Space stations have had a slight overhaul, so if you haven't played for years, let me show you the interior of space stations now and give you a very quick tour of what a space station now looks like. It's still got all the same kiosks as before. But here you go, this is the system. Look at that, gas giant. We'll go look at a gas giant in a moment, people. Okay, it's got 3 moons and a gas giant. There's also a fair few new biomes that have been added in, including relic biomes. But anyway, let me just show you the station quickly. Because inside of the station, there are a couple of vendors that are hard to locate. On the top floor, you've got your exocraft technician, marked by a sign there. You see the sign with a little car on it? You've got your exocraft technician. You've got your ship technician for your starship. And then over here, you've got a multi-tool cabinet that side. You've got your multi-tool vendor that side. And then round the back here, you've got another multi-tool. And sometimes they're different on both sides, so be sure to check both. And then this side, you've got your exosuit vendor. Heck yes. Now down on the lower mezzanine, down here, you've got your missions giver. Round here, you've got a ship customization and scrapping units. This is the scrapping unit. This is your customization unit to build your own ship. And then around, oh, you've got your appearance modifier there. And around here, you've got a cartographer. So you're probably thinking, well, that's not hard. I've seen everything I need to see. Wrongo! Head on here, and under this staircase to the right, you have, firstly, your scrap vendor tucked away in the corner here. But not only that, you've got a new vendor here that only just got added in 2025 inside of the relics update. And yes, you can actually bring bones to this guy and trade them in. If you want to complete your skeletons, you're probably going to have to do a little bit of trading to get all the skeleton bones. There are 5 that are extremely hard to get. They were linked to an expedition that came out with the relics update. But if you snoozed, you lose, and you're not going to get your catalogue completed. Yeah, so inside of the catalogue, you've got your wonders. And underneath the fossil records, the ones you're not going to be able to get are definitely these 3. And then there's a couple of skulls that a few people missed out on as well. There's that one there, the mustachioed skull. And then there's another one here as well, which you can't get unless you've done the expedition. So expeditions are new timed events, and they appear every now and again. When they're available, you're going to be able to access them from either the title screen, or there is a new console inside of the spatial anomaly. Let's go and show you that new console inside of said spatial anomaly before I show you the gas giant. I'll show you the gas giant last as a bit of a treat for the eye peepers. But to be honest, the gas giants, once you've visited a couple, you've probably seen them all. A bit like other biomes inside of No Man's Sky, to be said. Okay, chums, so right by this kiosk vendor that we've already covered with that bar above, over here is another kiosk. And this one here is the Expedition Terminus. So hitting up the Expedition Terminus, when there's a new expedition, you can choose to launch it from here. And that was the last one that I'd done. This whole Livingstone expedition, the Relics expedition. Done. Anyways, so there's that. I will show you, I'll show you something else. There's also a teleporter that's been added over here to get you up to the upper floor nice and quickly. The only thing is, why do you need to get up there quickly? Well, during the whole echoes and singularity, and also getting your purple drive, you're probably going to be building this guy, this assembled construct. And right now, this assembled construct does very little. I've got a feeling that in a future update, it may do more. I'm hoping it gives us raids into the realm of glass or something, but, you know, that's speculation. Don't hold me to that. I mean, that's kind of what I'm speculating is going to happen. And there's all different other theories of what could happen with that guy in a future time. Anyway, let's go and have a look at the gas giant. But that's not the only thing I'm going to cover off. There has been another update this year, chums, inside of the Viewerverse, that's given us updated beacons, which is settlements. Yeah, the beacons update gave us updated settlements. I might as well cover... See, these gas giants were in Worlds Part 2, which came out in, what, January, February of this year. Then we've had the Relics update, so I may as well cover that. Now we've just had beacons not so long ago, so I'm going to cover that. So at least you've got the last 3 larger updates. Right, so I need to find this gas giant without accidentally flying back inside. There we go, there's the unknown gas giant. Let's go down there. Sweet, let's give it a scan. Yeah, so I want to cover off at least everything that we've had this year, and anything that I can think of that might help people. Okay, we're nearly down on the gas giant's surface. These things are freaking gnarly. Now, inside of these purple systems, you're going to find the terrain of the planets are a lot more wild. A little bit like what we had back in the vanilla days of No Man's Sky. They're crazy. I mean, look at this. Look at this gas giant. It's freaking awesome. Now, you're going to get gravitational storms here, extreme weather effects. You're going to find strange and gnarly creatures like these new bugs that have been added in. You may come across grubs that you can crush and fight the vile brood, which got added during Liquidators in a fairly recent update as well. All the stations got overhauled in the orbital update, which happened in 2024. So there's been a fair few updates in the last couple of years, and I feel that this video has given credit and covered most of those. You know, I was hoping to scan that last creature, but you know what, I'm not overly too fussed, to be fair. What is this creature? Has this got the vile brood upon it? Let's have a quick look from the Discoverers page. Overly warm, unwavering, rich. I don't believe it has. It hasn't got the vile brood on there. If I can find a vile brood planet, I can show you combat with the vile brood. Alright, well anyway, I'm going to show you the settlements. So let me go back up to the spatial anomaly, and I'll show you settlements quickly, people. I love this. Every time you fly into the spatial anomaly, always take account of how many Rasa or radiant pillars I see. Look, there's 3 there, so 3 new players, and 2 there. There's 5 new players. The majority of players playing No Man's Sky right now are new players, and that is a good thing to see. Mainly because I know now that this video might be quite helpful to them. So going up here, there's a giant terminus over here which lets you teleport to pretty much everywhere you've got open, where you've got bases and stuff, including your freighter. You can teleport straight to your freighter from here. So if you go to your bases, there's my freighter right there. But if you go to settlements, because there's also a settlements tab, I have got 4 settlements. You can now have 4 settlements in total. So I'm going to head on over here. I've got construction. Oh no, conflict resolution. I got excited for a second then. We've got to go and resolve a conflict. Righto, so something that I get asked a lot is, how do you actually dismiss being an overseer of a settlement? If you go to your quick menu, you've actually got a settlements icon. Go into there, choose the settlement that you no longer want to be the owner of, and you can resign as being, if you hit on settlement history, you see this button down here, retire as overseer. You need to just hold that down. Obviously I don't want to, because that's my autophage one, but you hold it down until it goes full circle, and then you would no longer be the owner of it. You can see there it says that I've been the owner of it for 56 years and 5 months. Don't expect your settlements to work well. It's like it says here, sentinel alert level is 7%. I don't think that's moved in the whole time that I've been the owner. Or if it has, it's been extremely slow. I've not had to defend my settlement against the Vile Brood, against pirates, or against sentinels the whole time that I've owned this. Well, in the early days, I did fend off a couple of pirates, but that's about it. I'll just collect the fine. There you go. I don't want to lose population points. But these are pretty much unchanged from the times of Frontiers. The only thing that has changed is that every single building now has a building terminal next to them. You can hover over and you can see there, I've S-classed everything at mine, but what you have to do is go on over to these terminals. You can only upgrade one at a time, put in the upgrade materials, and it will take you an hour or so as you climb the ladder before each upgrade finishes, before you get to S-class. It can take a heck of a long time to get your settlement to this sort of condition that I'm in now. Now, something that Hello Games did add in for the more casual gamers out there, I guess, is if you can go to options, you can go to difficulty now, and you can change your default at any time you want. The only time that I wouldn't do this is if I was in permadeath or survival mode and you're aiming to get your trophy. Because if you change it, if you do change it, you won't get those trophies. So just be aware of that. Make sure you're not after trophies. And you can just change it to creative mode. Changing it to creative mode makes things free. You don't have to worry about hazard protection. But more than that, it speeds up all the time gates at these settlements. So if you do want to get things built out quickly at settlements, that's one way to do it. There is custom bike beats that you can create yourself or find from other players. I got this one from the Artisan. And you can hear that. It's the theme tune to Jurassic Park. Yeah, I know the lyrics. I'm a dinosaur, I'm a dinosaur, I'm a dinosaur. There goes. I do like these dancing animations that these NPCs have got. I mean, they've got the ones I've got, like that one, and there's another one. There's a new dance emoji as well, chums, which came into the verse. Which one is it? This one. There we go, look at me. I'm like the Running Man, but not. Like the Running Man meets Colton from Fresh Prince. There we are. Yes, busting a move to Jurassic Park. There it goes, back of the net. Right, let's head on back on over to my shippity ship. And you know what? Now that I think I've covered, I think I may have covered it. Oh, no, I haven't. I haven't covered everything. There's now fishing in the game, people. And you do get your own fishing spot. Inside. Oh, look, there's a fishing spot right here. I've got a little fishing bay. You can fish anywhere on a planet as long as you've got the module installed inside your multi-tool for fishing. Which I think I don't in this one. Let's just stick in a fishing module. There we go. Doesn't matter which one. Lovely jobs. Cool. And you can actually customize and apply bait and stuff to these things as well. So here you go. You can go to X. And you've got that there. You can customize your fishing gear down here. And you can have all different floats. So I've got 13 different floats. You can have plumage. You can have like a wormy thing. A distress signal. I quite like the one that I had, but there's all sorts in there. There you go. And you can choose your colour of line. Right. Let's fish. And you can fish anywhere you find water. Well, I'm just going to fish here on my base. Now this is an S-class, so I might catch myself a real nice S-class fish. I've got lots of guides on how to catch fish and stuff like that. You can turn on auto catch to make this easier for yourself. I can't remember the button. I can't remember the button to frickin'... Oh my days. Which button is it? I think it's R2. I think it's R2. Come on, little fishy, on a little dishy. Come on, little fishy. As the boat comes in, you have to wait for the line to go straight. No, it just bobbed one sec. There you go. There you go. I've got him. Got him. You just hold down R2. Boom! I caught myself the immortal flatfish. It's a rare fish. It's an awesome fish. I have actually completed my fishing catalogue. If you go to Wonders and go to Fishing Records, every single page is completed. If you do want to completicate your fishing records, I have a whole guide, I have a whole playlist on how that is done. And I've got lots of bases around the verse that you can utilise to catch fish at different depths that are really hard to catch otherwise. Like, yes! Okay, chums, well, I think I have reasonably covered everything that has came out for No Man's Sky from 2024 all the way through 2025 thus far. I say thus far because I feel that we're on the cusp of another update. And Hello Games, and Sean the Murrays, often puts out a singular emoji, which drives the hype and makes the community go mental, and I love that time. I like to speculate on what the new update is going to be, so if that sounds good to you, and if you found this video helpful, please hit that like and subscribe. But girls, it'll be good to see you back here. And as for Hello Games, thank you very much for 9 years of awesomeness that has been No Man's Sky, and thank you for all these lovely updates. And thank you for everything you do for the community. You really are freaking awesome, Hello Games. And thank you for sponsoring this video. Salutamondo! Until next time, people. Goodbye, goodbye, and goodbye again.